All right, I want to let's flip over to the Big Ten because the Big Ten kind of got flipped on its head this weekend. Indiana went into Rutgers and lost. Illinois went into Maryland and lost. Wisconsin went into Marquette and beat a team that just gave 26 to Baylor, coming off of a loss at home to Wake Forest. It looks like Purdue is probably the favorite to win the conference. I'm like, what the hell is going on in this league, T.O.?
Purdue's really good, and then the rest of them, they're very similar. It's a very balanced conference. Rutgers is as tough a team to play as anybody because they're just tough as shit, and they're going to figure out ways to just compete. And then they're there at the end, and then things are going to happen. Like, that's just what's going to happen. You look at the rest of the conference. Penn State is shooting the shit out of the ball. Iowa is going to Iowa. Like, I don't know what you want me to say here, Doster. I'm sitting here like it's a tough place, top to bottom, and it's going to be very balanced once again. The only team that I'm looking at, Michigan State is down towards the bottom in terms of KenPom. Like that, what's up with that? Like, so is Illinois. Like, and those are teams that we're expected to be towards the top. It's a very balanced conference, and it's tough because it's so well scouted.
Yeah, the issue with Michigan State has everything to do with injuries and Madi Sissoko coming back to earth, right? Like when you don't have Malik Hall and you don't have Jaden Akins and you didn't go out and recruit a whole bunch of people out of the portal and you already only had like 9 guys and you didn't have a backup big guy, and now the guy that we thought was going to be a great big guy for you is like not anymore. It just kind of, they're basically playing with 6 guys. Like what are you going to do?
I will say, hey, Fanta, we weren't wrong about Maryland last year. We were wrong about Turgeon last year.
Yes.
We weren't wrong. We were wrong about Turgeon. We put too much into Turgeon.
Good.
Like, you put a hell of a coach with that bunch. Mm-hmm. Pretty good. We weren't wrong, Fanta. We weren't wrong.
And this should not come as a massive surprise. They're one of the surprises. And people are going to say Maryland's the biggest surprise because they are.
I picked them top 5 in the league on our very own DTF Podcast Big Ten preview. You guys remember that, right? You guys remember that? I went all in on Maryland. You guys were like, oh, I know. What are you talking about? You're going to have to wear Tuesday. You're going to have to wear a hot dog suit. Someone get this guy a chicken mask.
Kevin Willard has done a nice job in the preseason of really selling low, and then his team ends up outperforming that. That's when he's at his best, guys. If you look at his best teams at Seton Hall, he did better when his teams were sort of underranked and underselected and under the radar, and then they ended up coming on, playing with toughness and winning. So for me, guys, this is why the hire of Willard at Maryland made so much sense, because Seton Hall is a difficult job in college basketball, and he made them a consistent winner and did things the right way. He recruited well. He had such great X's and O's. That's never going to be a question. Now you hand him the keys to a program that at the end of the day is one of the great brands in college basketball, with a fan base that's just waiting. Look at the Gold Rush on Friday night against Illinois. They showed Maryland felt like Maryland again on Friday night. That's fun for college basketball.
People don't understand how good that environment is, okay? When Maryland's at their best, there's I think the Xfinity Center holds 16,000 people.
It is unreal in that.
There are students on both of the lengths of the court, about 10 rows of students. And then on the end where the visiting team shoots free throws after the game, it's a wall of students, right? They're loud. They're drunk. They cuss you out, right? They are so incredibly inappropriate that it's probably rated R just to go sit in that building, right? And go listen to them.
I have a great video of shutting them up. Of somebody shutting him up. Great video.
Was it you that shut him up?
Yes.
Yeah, I could. Okay.
So
it's a great place.
It's a great place.
Let me tell you something.
And they are like, and they are good this year. Like that to me, that was why I love this hire. And I don't mean to cut you off, Fanta, but like, that Willard is going to get his guys to play their balls off, right? They are going to play hard. They're going to play tough, and there's no. To your point about Hubert Davis, T.O., you're not going to play if you're not playing hard as hell for Willard.
That's right.
And he also hired all the guys that's going to get him a bunch of talent out of the DMV area. And you know how much talent is in the DMV area. The last thing that I'll say is I had this conversation with someone the other day, and I was like, you should be, no one can accomplish what Willard accomplished at Seton Hall. And so they were like, what did he actually accomplish? And I said, making that program be consistently top 30, top 35 in the country, making that program get to 5 to 6 straight NCAA tournaments, making them a Big East contender right now in this day and age, in the arms race of all high major Division I college basketball programs. Like that is not an easy thing to do. You got to understand what you're recruiting to, and you got to understand what that program is at this point right now. And the fact that he got them there should tell you everything you need to know about that group. And now that you gave him a program with all the facilities, with all the talent in the world, with all the what you want to recruit to, like he's gonna bring them back. I feel very strongly about that, and I felt very strongly about that before this started. That's why I said they were going to be a top 5 team in the Big Ten. Fancy, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Well, they identified in the portal really well. I mean, they brought in Jameer Young and Don Carey. Those guys are not just really good players, but they're leaders, guys. I covered Don a little bit in his time at Georgetown. He was a part of that Big East tournament championship team that Georgetown. He was a huge reason for it. You know why? He showed up to the Garden that week and said, "We're going to win this thing. And I'm going to lead us. I'm going to be a leader." He's a leader. Like he's a guy that steps up and makes things happen. Jameer Young came up huge in the Illinois game. But not just that, Kevin Willard inherited some quality talent, which is what T.O. was bringing up. We were buying into Maryland's talent. And Dante Scott's playing the best basketball of his career. Shouldn't be a surprise. Dante Scott's out. He is one of the matchup nightmares in college basketball.
Did you hear the story that
this is a great story.
Yeah, the story that Hummel told on the broadcast.
I did not.
When Willard got there, like the first workout that he put Dante Scott through, he put a 25-pound weight vest on him. And he was like, "You're gonna go work out with this thing on." And like, obviously, by the end of the workout, he was like, "I'm dead. I think this is really hard." Takes the weight vest off, and he's like, "All right, now go try to move and see how good you feel." And he's like, "Yeah, I feel great right now. Feel bouncy." And Willard goes, "Now imagine if you lost 25 pounds that you need to lose, how good you'd feel every day." And that kind of like made it click for him. And now he's in the best shape of his life. That's
is that Hummel who told that one?
Yeah, Hummel told that.
That is a great story.
Yeah. Last thing I'll say, Donald Carey, Jameer Young, they're both shooting a combined like 25% from three right now. Carey is a career 38% three-point shooter, and Jameer Young is a career 36% three-point shooter. Yeah. Once those guys start making shots the way that they've made shots their entire lives, Maryland's going to take a step up to another level. I